Hello and welcome back to 3 Martini Life Plays Kerbal Space Program. I am 3 Martini Life and I am playing Kerbal Space Program. This is episode 2 of the Science Challenge issued by my friend Tim. He said he could get more science than me from a single launch, so I launched a single launch trying to get more science. You saw the previous launch, the actual ship itself. Here goes one of the excursion modules towards Duna. Let's see where we're at right now. There we go. We got near encounter at Duna. And I've already had like 5,000-6,000 science just from the moon and Bismuth. I'm kicking ass. So here we go. Let's see. Going to tighten up that encounter at Duna. Let's go ahead and click on the. I couldn't live without this precise maneuver node. Previously known by some other name. I can't recall it now. I'm currently smoking an Asylum Petite Corona, quite possibly the best cigar I've ever smoked. And as you can see me here, tightening up that encounter with Duna to about 230 kilometers. Yeah, pardon me while I bring this cigar back to life. Oh man, this is a good cigar. Asylum. I'm assuming anything by Asylum is going to kick ass. This is a Petite Corona, I believe a 4x42, and it smokes like a 60 gauge cigar. It's unbelievable. Anyways, here I am coming into Duna sphere of influence, and let's say yes, I don't want to come in quite that close. Just bringing it about 12, 13 kilometers. Okay, there we go. Get rid of that and go ahead and aero brake. Bring it on down. Okay, so we didn't actually circularize, but we go ahead and set up an encounter with Ike. And Ike is a very easy one to set up encounters with. By the way, I don't know if you've been to Duna before, but Ike is just very easy to get in his SOI. Anyways, we go ahead and do so. And we're going to circularize that orbit. Here we go, about 26 kilometers. I'm not sure, maybe I don't circularize. Anyways, and I'm sure I collect all the science while I'm here. Bring that periapsis down so I can land on the surface. Go into a manual land right there on the surface of Ike. And boom, there we go. And we'll go ahead and collect a bunch of science while we're here. A bunch of science to kick Tim's ass. And I'm sure I planted a flag and it was take off from Ike surface there. Go ahead and circularize around 20 kilometers. By the way, I'm on Martini number 3 or number 4. Really haven't been keeping track. Got some new glasses, by the way. They're not the traditional cocktail shape. They're I'm having a flared highball glass. It's very pleased with them. Very pleased. So, and in the event, let's go ahead and drop from Ike's sphere of influence. Let's go back to Duna. And dropping it down, and here we are in Duna's sphere of influence, and a very tight orbit. I'm sure I did a number of orbits to bring that down via aero braking. And here I'm in a very tight orbit at 15 by 60 kilometers. Looks like I've got all the science down. Oh no, we just crossed into low Duna atmosphere, something or other. I pick up all the science, and what's happening? Oh, parachutes! What? I'm landing. Hold on a minute. I'm landing on Duna. Hold on a second. This craft was never meant to land on Duna. Well, anyways, there's a science to be had on the surface of Duna, no doubt. And let's see if we can get back up. because it takes what 1,300 delta V to get back off of Duna's surface, another 600 to get back to Kerbin. Yeah, I don't know. That must have been a spur of the moment decision to land there. Anyways, let's go ahead. We do get into a 50-kilometer orbit, and eventually time goes by, and trying to set up an encounter with Kerbin. By the way, I went ahead and did something a little different this time. I went ahead and rather than jump back and forth between Kerbin and Eve and Jewel, we're doing all the not Kerbin, Duna, Eve and Jewel. We're doing all the Duna stuff, and then we'll come back and do all the Eve stuff. Come back and do all the Jewel stuff. Through the magic of video editing, I enable that. Anyways, here I am trying to set up an encounter with Eve, or with Kerbin rather, and that looked pretty good. Go ahead and yeah, we're okay. Yeah, that works. That works. So go ahead and get out of Duna's sphere of influence back into set up an encounter over there. Right maneuver. Nope. Too far, not far enough. Bring it in, bring it out. And let's execute that maneuver. Okay, 119 kilometers. And now, okay, there we go. Coming into Kerbin's sphere of influence. We're at 119, but let's bring that down. I like to be at 25, 23, 24, somewhere in there. Okay, get rid of the power system. Hold on, what's that? What's that coming up on the bottom there? I don't like the looks of that. Okay, I have to launch the chutes manually because I had to repack them after landing on 500 meters. What the? Huh. Wow. What, Well, that was all just a bad dream. So we did a quick load and brought that orbit back there, periapsis back down to 22 kilometers. There we go. Yeah, re-entry, catching on fire, and once again, manually deploying the chutes, and somehow I screw up on the other one, and I wind up cutting it. So we're coming down on one chute. Old Frank Kerman, he's a friggin' hero. Coming down on one chute. There we go. Boom. Coming down on and can we tip it over? Okay. Tip it upside down. Anyways, collect just even fractions of a point more science while I'm here. Yeah, there we go. Get just a little bit more. And 2995.6, very much up to 9770. Haven't even gone to Jewel yet. And pardon me just a moment, my timer just went out. Okay, we're bringing back, we're going to hear a kerplunk. Yeah, sorry about that. And whatever, 97, yeah, whatever it was. Now let's move on to the Eve mission. And again, it's about 1,000, between 1,000 and 1,100. It's about the same to get to Eve as it is to get to Duna. And I tightened that up a little bit. Let's bring it in there. Okay, we're still in Kerbin's sphere of influence and bringing it down to practically aerobraking in Eve's sphere of influence. And we're going to go ahead and burn. There we go. We're burning towards Eve. We're burning some more. Yeah, burning some more. And then finish up that burn. And then leave Kerbin's sphere of influence. Okay. That's all looking good so far. Oh, but my cigar's got out. Yeah, I'm not going to try to relight it. And I grab up some science while I'm here. And I thought this was part that I cut out, but who knows? At this point, who even cares, really? And we go ahead and set up an encounter again, much closer to Eve this time. And let's bring it in. Careful, easy now. Clicky. There we go. Here we go. Bringing it down. I didn't see that, but I'm sure it's close enough. Ooh, and one more adjustment, bring it in even closer. What's that, 65? Yeah, I can't read that. It's going by too fast. And yeah, there we go. Bring up that encounter now. We enter Eve's sphere of influence. And pick up all this science while we're there. And okay, we're going to adjust that down to really 66 and 3/4. That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep into Eve's atmosphere. But I guess I know what I'm doing. I never would have thunk it. It was catching on fire while we burned through Eve's atmosphere. And bringing that down, and almost. Okay. So we're in orbit, and after a couple of orbits, go ahead and adjust that to get an encounter with Gilly. Yeah, I'm not landing on Eve with that little lander. I know I landed on Duna with the other, but this one is not quite up to the task of landing on Eve. Anyways, Gilly encounter. Not sure what happened there, but yeah, okay. We're coming into Gilly. I didn't even notice how close, but I'm sure it's close enough. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. And let's go ahead and circularize that orbit around Gilly. Yep, there we go. Yep. Now I wind up going in a retrograde orbit around Gilly for some reason. Don't know why, but just happened that way. And we're going to go ahead and I don't know if you've ever tried to land on Gilly before, but it really tries your patience because you slow down to nothing, and then you have to wait, and you can't time accelerate, and it's extremely frustrating. Anyways, here I am coming into land, 20 meters, 10 meters, 5 meters, and you don't really land on Gilly. You just kind of bounce around on Gilly's surface because there's really not enough gravity to land. There we go, bouncing around, and okay, I'm sure I got off and did all the necessary science. We'll go ahead and getting into orbit. I'm going to spend all of 3 meters per second at delta V. I'm not sure what it cost. I'm sure it's pretty cheap. Get into okay, there we go, and then I get into a 5,000 kilometer orbit around Eve, and then finally eject from Eve orbit for Kerbin. Let's see if we can make it. Yeah, of course I can. I've got 2,000 meters per second at delta V. Who am I kidding? I could probably go to Elu and then back to Kerbin. Probably should have, for this particular mission. Anyways, there I am setting up my Kerbin encounter. Yeah, okay. I'm still in Eve's sphere of influence, and I'm setting up an encounter within 1,000,000 meters. That's not too bad. And let's go ahead and execute that maneuver. Yeah, 1,000,000 meters plus or minus. Set up another maneuver node just to tighten that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, we gotta go. Careful now. There we go. Ooh, it's spinning around. Bringing it on down. Spinning around. Bringing it down. And 125 kilometers, and finally there we are in Kerbin's sphere of influence. Once again, let's take a look. We're at 125 kilometers, and let's bring it down to about 25, 24, 23. We got barely 25. I like to set up that maneuver node just as a placeholder. And here we go. I'll go ahead and eject the portion of the ship I won't be using anymore. Let's come on down. All right, come on. There's no more science to do. Yeah, okay, zoom in on the radar altimeter, catch on fire. Yep, there we go. Catching on fire. Down to 26, 25 kilometers. Oop, don't know what that was. Okay, just set out the chutes. And now I've got pure blackness. I'm not sure what this is. I'm in power saving mode. Now my screensaver went on. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and bring it down under 500 kilometers. Okay. And we're in the desert. Haven't been here before, so we'll go ahead and collect just a couple of more points of science because you know I need it. You know I need every single point I can get. And go out and plant a flag. Samples from the deserts. Fly back in. Okay, and what do we got there? 27.6, bringing my total up to 12,198, and my jewel mission has yet to occur. I believe I'm going to kick Tim's ass. I would like to say good night, everybody, and you too, Mrs. Miller.